Hey friends, welcome to Canadian Cutting Edge, and today we're going to take a look at this knife. This is the CVX 80 by Real Steel Knives, and this is, even though this knife's been out for a while, this is the first time in English that this thing's on YouTube. Unbelievable, and it's not even super new. It's new for 2020, but we're in October right now. This is a design by Poltergeist Works, and we've got Bowler N690 steel. And this is an awesome little bushcraft style knife. Most of what you do with knives, you use the first 1 or 2 inches of, and this guy's got more than 2 inches of a blade and a very comfortable handle. Poltergeist Works knows what they're doing with designs. So if you're interested in this, stick around. But before I get to my little channel animation, I want to tell you that if you're in the United States, Olight has a flash sale starting right now. I really like Olight lights. I've got a number of them. They're good stuff. So olightstore.com, check them out. I might even have referral links. They'd be down in the description section. If I remember, I'll put it into the first comment. If you're in Canada, though, starting October 26th, they've got a flash sale, and I'll release a video on October 26th. For you guys to give you information about that flash sale. A lot of good stuff coming up on that sale in Canada. So let's take a look at this knife. The review's coming right now. All right, the first thing I want to show you is the sheath. We got a Kydex sheath here. There is a nice drain hole down here, but obviously there's one thing missing. And I do think this was a mistake by Real Steel, not including a way to carry this. I guess you could put it in a boot, carry it that way, but they didn't include anything else. But let me show you what you can use. The utility clip. If you haven't got one of these and don't know what they are, this was originally designed as a way to carry guns in a way that's very secure, like to hold the holster in place when you pull the gun out, the handgun. But these work great for knives as well. And on this sheath, it put it in those 2 holes there, and then it's very, very secure. This part right here, let me show you. If you got a pair of pants or something, put that in there, lock this down right there. That's not coming off. That's not going to come loose at all while it's holding the sheath, and then you can pull the knife out. So you can put this all over the place, and they hold very, very securely. Check out some reviews on these. I think I did a review. Actually, I'm not sure if I did a review of this clip. It's an awesome clip. Very simple design, made in USA, designed in USA, Ulti-clip. The sheath also works with your typical this style clip here, because the holes line up. Which way do they line up? There you go, right there in these 2 holes here. It lines up with that, so you can put it on and hold securely. You can offset it to the side or make it mount right over. I've also got this. I think I got this with one of my Real Steel knives, a little scout carry. And that goes on. You can either put it on almost right over here. If you got a off spacer, not with these 2 holes, but these 2 holes, it fits right there. Or you can put it on over here where it fits on those 2 holes on the wide section. So there's ways to use it with this little clip, this, or certainly the Ulti-clip. Other than that, the Kydex sheath is quite nice. I already mentioned the drain hole. Good retention. Holds on. A tiny bit of rattle. Very little. It's a good sheath. Got a little bit of a raised section there to push off with your thumb. That works just fine. So that's the sheath. Now let's talk about this knife. There's the Poltergeist logo right there. Yes, this is a convex grind, which is awesome for woodworking kind of stuff. Bushcraft stuff, It's also great for food prep or anything. It's a very sharp knife. There's a very tiny micro bevel along this convex grind. Very good sharpness choil. Chamfered spine here. Nice jimping. A good long section for it, over 1 inch long. And it's raised as well, just a little bit higher than the G10. And then it's flush with the G10 for the rest of it. Some jimping in here. And there's the N690 label. Your finger choil right here, there's a little bit of a relief cut on either side. Very comfortable to grip. You wrap your index finger around there, very comfortable to grip. Very secure grip. Even a reverse grip is very comfortable on this knife because sometimes you want to cut with pushing, and you can get a lot of force to push down with this, or a pull. That's very comfortable as well. Not quite as comfortable as the push, but it's a very comfortable handle. Nice section in here that's milled out. That's not just for looks, that also gives you grip. Your fingers, the tips of your fingers come in right along there. It's just a very well thought out handle for good grip. Yep. Some long screwdrivers here, long flats, wide ones. You can take the handle apart. On the other side here, that's and I'll show you the insides of the knife taken apart right now. I didn't want to use a lot of time showing you undoing it because, you know, hex tool on this side, flat on that side, not a big deal. Yeah, you can take it apart without much issue. So I don't think I would wrap this knife with paracord. This handle is just way too comfortable the way it is. So it's a really nice knife. And the sheath is made to clamp onto the G10 anyways, so if you want to use the sheath with it, yeah, you're going to leave the G10 on there. Super comfortable in hand. If you watch the German video of this, you'll see him cutting all kinds of wood and things. I'll put a link to it down below along with a timestamp to the section of where he's, demonstrating cutting. For those of you who want to see that, I'm not going to videotape me doing that. I have tested cutting this quite a lot, and it's a very nice knife. And Bowler N690's not bad steel. Let's go over all the specs and stats and stuff like that. The weight of this knife, it's 132 grams, 4.65 ounces. You add in the sheath, and it is 151 grams, 5.35 ounces. So it's the weight of a good full-size folder. So no problem there to carry this thing around. The cutting edge from the factory, 110 best. That's very sharp, and I like that a lot. Good blade on this convex grind. The cutting edge and the blade length, they're the same. 7.77 centimeters, which is 3.04 inches. The thickness of the blade, 3.4 millimeters. That's 0.134 of an inch, so just over 1/8 of an inch. The blade depth, right about 1 inch up from the choil here, which is a great choil, by the way. It's angled so things don't get catch in there. We got 2.9 millimeters, 1.142 inches. The thickness behind the grind, well, I don't really measure that on a convex grind, but it comes nice and thin before it. It's not like a sudden convex edge, so it's really beefy. This is a very good, if you just want a whittling knife, this is really good for that kind of stuff as well. It's a good bushcraft, outdoors, camp kind of knife. A secondary knife in a survival kit, this is just great. The grind angle, again, it's convex, so we don't have a grind angle, but it's nice and thin behind that kind of cutting edge. The handle length is 10.64 centimeters, 4.19 inches. The thickness, 1.66 centimeters. That's 0.654 of an inch, and that's why it feels so secure in hand, because it's got a little bit extra girth to it. Very, very nice. The handle depth, this way right here, 3.1 centimeters, 1.22 inches. And the grip area in here, it's about 9 centimeters, about 3.5 inches. And the total length of this knife is 18.25 centimeters. Oh, I forgot to put inches on there, so let's do that. Almost 7.25 inches. Not bad at all for a... The price on this knife, I found it for $79.60. The price might be different. I'll put down below links for where you can buy this. In Canadian, it's about 112, 113 Canadian dollars. In euros, it's about 73, 74 euros and just under 70 British pounds for a knife that deserves your attention. This has got one of the best handles for a fixed blade knife for doing like bushcraft style knife work that I've had. You know, I do like the Moras and stuff like that, and they're comfortable, but since I got this one in hand, I just love how this thing feels. It's a great knife. I wish they would have added a carry feature, which they didn't do, so that comes into consideration. But everything else, it's great hand feel, great secure in the grip, especially for a small knife. Usually small knives have grips that, you know, they just don't feel quite right. And you can't really do hard work with a lot of small knives. But this one, awesome, awesome. I can't express enough how good this feels in the hand. The jimping's helpful there. The jimping's helpful here. It is a rounded spine, so it's not designed for striking a ferrocerium rod. I guess you could pull it over the choil right here and create sparks. I wouldn't want to do it over on the cutting edge, though. It's a waste of a cutting edge. The convex grind is consistent all the way along. Sometimes on knives, you get them having little differences. That's a good plus. And thumb rest area, it's just a good knife. I mentioned a little bit about the sharpener's choil. Sharpener choils, when they're just little round holes, sometimes things can get caught in there while you're cutting. With this just on an angle coming out, it's much less likely that something's going to get caught in that little spot. It's just a well-designed knife, and Real Steel has just done an awesome execution on this thing. Not enough people know about this knife. Hopefully some other reviewers might notice my video and decide to take a look at this thing, because I really think it deserves way more attention than it's getting. You know, a lot of people, they get into knives and they start thinking big knife, especially fixed blade. I want a big fixed blade. Yeah, big fixed blades are great. Sometimes you want a small fixed blade. And the CVX 80 is a knife that deserves to be looked at. And hopefully Real Steel will start to get a whole lot of sales on these, and then maybe they'll even make, you know, another edition with, you know, maybe some other colors, maybe some other steel, and really a carry system for the Kydex sheath. So thanks for watching this little video. Thanks for checking out Canadian Cutting Edge. Hit that subscribe button if you appreciated this video, and you'll be notified of future videos. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting. Remember, friends, always cut towards your chum, not your thumb. Bye for now.